Good morning. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Monday, March 31st, the last day of March. We'll be in April tomorrow. The heat map changed over. It just went really red. You got to see. Doesn't even look like it just changed. Look at that thing right there. That is red. Nvidia's way down. All of them are way down. Verizon's actually up. We were looking at that and AT&T, and they didn't even look that great. I guess everything that looked good went. It didn't look too bad last night. Or it looked bad. It looked like it wanted to go down. That's what I meant. And I guess the ones that looked bad wanted to go up. These ones were just sitting there. You couldn't tell, but it is red. So we will take a look and see what's going on this morning and what wants to be popping, because we know there'll be poppers. PRTG up 103%. So well, maybe not. QSG, I guess that just changed. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. We'll look and see what it was at. But all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence, and let's take a look and see what's going on this morning. Besides a whole lot of red, that's what it looks like, that's for sure. And let's look at our Jolie's jumpers and ADD. Let's see what that's up to. And these could be some continuations from last week, but let's look and see what's happening here. And that one is down a penny. Let me look at ADD. That used to be on our list, and it did jump up there this morning. Look at that, 102 to 135. And then it came down to 78, so it was running around Friday. That is a Jolie's jumper this morning. And again, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's wild, guys. So big pop-ups. CDT we were looking at last night, saying it looked good. And another one you had to be up early, 95 to 115, back to 86, and it's at 94 right now. And again, last night it wasn't looking bad, but now it already ran up there, so we'll have to take a look at it. CISO, they started early this morning on a Monday. This one's still curling up. This one's a pretty good one to take a look at, CISO. So take a peek at this one. That one is getting set up still. And CTOR right here was up 51 cents. I saw that this morning shot up. So CTOR 84 to 180 right there. Look at that bad boy jumping around at 120 and not looking bad. So that is that Citius Oncology. We've looked at it before. And ICCT. Wait, hold on. ICCT, two C's, ICCT, and that's run up this morning and over 100%. So there are a few 100%ers, and this is another one we had looked at before. Not real recent, I don't think, but that's ICCT, and it's up 42 to 64. So it did run up there quite a bit this morning. It probably ran up Friday, didn't it? Yeah, it ran up a little bit Friday, and this has it from the complete bottom where it didn't run up on Friday in the after hours. And that's ICCT, but LXRX right here, another one we took a peek at last night. It was just on the scanner. It was just sitting right there, and it jumped up on Friday, and it's just kind of hanging out there today, not doing a whole lot. Went up a little bit and then pulled back. LXRX right there. And let's see what MIGI is doing. That's up a hair. And let's see. It looks like it wants to roll off right there. It probably already did. It's trying to. Look at it. Came down a little bit. It ran up and then it came back. So it's going to try to roll off of there. 61 to 72 already. And yeah, this market's pretty active this morning, last day of March. And things are cruising along right here. MLGO. And I told you, keep an eye on this for the that top, or for that momentum, because it keeps running up into the top right there. It didn't want to come out of that top area. And look at it, way up there. So MLGO still a solid one right now, still in the top. Just make sure to stay up there. Quick trades, MYSZ, my size. And let's see what this is up to. MYSZ, it popped up Friday, just kind of hanging out, but it's getting set up again, so not bad there. SNSE, good old Sensei, I know, ran up Friday. And let's see what it's doing, or Thursdays, one of them days. Thursday and Friday, it ran up more Friday. And Sensei's sitting right there, just pulling back into that channel. So see a little bit of pullback. TGL is Treasure Global, and this thing was in a good spot the other day. I remember we were looking at it getting set up here, and it did pop up there. Let's see, boom, today we were looking at this bad boy. So another one, 11 to 16, and it's at 11 something right now, but it did pop this morning at that 4 a.m. area. And UGRO, Urban Grow, look at that pulling back right there, and looks like a pretty good one. Let's see what it's going to do. It's pulling back there on Friday for a nice bounce, it looks like. Let's see, UGRO. And it was running around there Friday. Today, it's just kind of pulling back a little bit more. Nothing real crazy, but that's a pretty good setup. Keep an eye on that. It was running around a little bit, and we'll look at it. They are pretty red this morning, the market anyway, not all of them. XOS, let's see what this is doing, because that's setting up as well. And, yeah, it's trying to. We'll see. I don't know. We might have to look at that. It's trying to get set up, but it might get held down and have to set up off of here. So it was trying, but there you go at XOS and your Joe Lee's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Joe Lee. Greatly appreciate that. Whoop, I just clicked out too far. And let me hop into our laptop lowdowns real quick, and we'll take a look at these guys and see what's going on. Let's see, RSLS. We've seen this a couple times on our list, and let's see if this is reshape is shaping up to get moving. Let's take a look at it here. It isn't looking bad. I would say we should keep an eye on this RSLS, Reshape Life Sciences, because it is trying to get set up there. And the Amazon Long took a nice dip, and our SPY and everybody are down, so that is way down there. And APVO right here, and that's way down there. What a dip on that, APVO. Yeah, look at that dip right there. We'll have to keep an eye on that bad boy. Apt Evo Therapeutics or something like that. AREB, we were watching this one, and then they had the reverse split, and then it just took a nice dip. Is that today with a nicer dip? No, that was Friday. I know we looked at it the other day or last night or sometime. Oh, they had the reverse split today, right? That's right. That reverse split's today. We're keeping an eye on that. We had a whole list of reverse splitters last night. That's why we looked at it. And ASTI, this one took a nice dip as well. Let's see. ASTI right here. And yeah, it's a nice dip, and even down more today, so that's going to be a good one. A lot of great dips right here. AXIL. Whoa, what am I typing in? AXIL. Axle Brands took a nice dip as well, so that's just sitting right there. And BACK. Let's see, there's a ton of them down here. Look at this guy way down there. Holy cow. BACK is back at the basement, and we'll see what it wants to do right there. But that was a nice dip, and what date was that? The 25th. Did that stop and go on? That's the 28th right there. It might be, I don't know what happened to that. IMAC Holdings. I remember we were looking at it. The date did look kind of weird. BTCT there. Let's see. This one we've been watching. We're going to keep an eye on that one. That one's been pulling back, so that'll be a nice one. And crypto's way down. BTOG, that one's pulled back. We were waiting for this to try to get set back up. I'll keep an eye on it. It looked like it was trying to bottom out to try to reverse back up, but it just crawled back down. We'll keep an eye on this BTOG again. CONL is the coin ETF, and that's down, so all of these are way down there. And that Greenland GNLN still in the basement. It was trying to pop up a little bit, and then it was trying to get set up, and then look at it, came down another level, and it's still pulling back here. This thing had looked good. Look at it trying to roll off. And just pulling back. I mean, I don't even know why it pulled back so much like that, but it definitely did right there. And GRI, I was just looking at the chart trying to figure out what was going on, but it did pull back. This one just pulled back really nice, and they're coming way down to their support lines and even below. So HYFM in the basement just rolling down, and again, that pattern kicked right back in. It came off for a couple days, and then look at them. INM, this one's coming down through and kind of curling back down, it looks like. Yeah, that looks like it might trying to flatten out, but it'll probably stair step down right there. And KSCP, let me take a look at this one and see what it's doing right here. And that is KSCP, and that's another nice dip. I mean, there's a ton of them, so I'll just run right through them. MURA, another huge dip right there. And Onco, we know we looked at this. It was up the other day. I'll take a peek at it and see where you're at right now. And it is still trying to curl up. Look at it. It's still around 9. It came down into the 8s and back into the 9s, so not looking terrible. Maybe it'll try to get out of the basement. for ONCO and PTLE. That one didn't have run recently. Yeah, it ran up the other day and it was pulling back there. I was going to say, I remember this just running up. But it did pull back, and there you go. We'll have to keep an eye and see if it wants to get turned around. RCT is red cloud. Wow, that's a big red cloud right there. That just took a huge red day. RCT. Wow, that's pretty nice right there. That's for sure. What was the other one? RTC? Oh, yeah, that's what the other one was that we were looking at. Whoa, look, we might have to look at this thing again. Look at this bad boy way down there. I know we caught a nice pop off of RTC before, but it may be trying to get set back up, and it's a China small cap application, guys. We may have to take a look at this one. Just happened to hop on it just because of them letters. Isn't that great when that happens? So let's jot that bad boy down so we don't forget RTC right there. Might have to keep an eye on that and check out them China ones. I'm telling you, they were getting set up. You know, we're a little early usually. And right here, way down. REE Automotive, way down. SIH. What did I just say? SIH? SAIH. I just missed the A completely. And SAIH, that's another big dip. Yeah, look at that thing hitting the line right there. We'll see if it gets into the basement. I'll have to check that out. We looked at that UGRO and Vero. That has earnings and a split. They just recently split, and it's pulling back down. I would imagine it's going to come down some more. And VRPX is one that we ran up recently, and it just recently split as well. And it's still pulling back, VRPX. And I'm not so sure that's ready. It was trying to crawl up. I'll look at it, but we know that pattern's back in effect, so we'll have to watch that. RGRX, we remember that ran right up there the other day. And let me see, where's it at over here? RGRX. There we go. And just hitting that 20, a little bit of pullback, but we did look at that. XTIA. Let's see what they're up to. XTI Aerospace. And let's see. Whoa, that was a big dip too, right into the basement. Holy cow. XTIA. Yeah, that's a nice dip. We might have to keep an eye on that one as well. And ZYXI, there are a lot of big dippers here. And this one's trying to get set up. Let's look at it. ZYXI. Crazy letters. Dip down, but trying to get set up. Look at it, trying to crawl up. It looks like it's going to bounce back off because it doesn't have that momentum. What's that hit up to? That was having a huge curl up. I don't know if it's really moving yet this morning, HIT. Yeah, it might be. What has it done now? That's Friday's date, so I don't see it doing anything, but not looking bad. And there you go. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel, for your laptop lowdowns right there. Greatly appreciate them. And let's look at our SPY big caps and see what they're up to, because it looks like they are red. That's what it looks like. And good morning, everybody. David, Laptop Travel, Lucio, how is everybody? Luis Rodriguez, Lou Man, and everybody else. How is everybody this morning? It is a red day, but that's okay. We don't ever let that bother us. We learn to play the market every which way. Look at that Coop, COOP. Wasn't that one we looked at before? No, that's Mr. Cooper Group. I was thinking it was something else, but look at Mr. Cooper Group running up here, mortgage and finance. So it wasn't the one I was thinking. I was thinking of that one that was called Coop and something like that we had looked at before, but no, that is not that one. Anyway, here we go. NWTG. Let's see. I wonder who was talking about this, saying it's been looking good right here. And here we go. It looks like it's trying to cruise up right there. Newton Golf. So keep an eye on that one. We went over it last night. And again, in a good spot. That looked like it could have bottomed out. So could get a big old pop off of NWTG here coming up. So keep an eye on that. And let's see what else is going on right now with our SPY and our big caps besides a whole lot of red. Look at that thing. SPY. It did fall down into that channel, so we're coming back down to that 5. It's definitely coming down some more, I would assume. We'll look at it today, but I don't see it reversing, not right now, not like that anyway. So could have some more pullback coming in. And let's take a look and see what our big caps are doing. What did I do? Hold on. AAPL. Sorry. $1.54 it's down, and it is down underneath that support line, and it might have to come down to that 210 again. So they were trying to move, and again, they're just using these tariffs to keep this market. Look, they're crossed up. I don't know if they'll let them cross back down. They're just riding. Maybe they will. They're just letting it bounce around. But again, they're going to get back down into this territory where you got to pull it back up. So they're not letting them run up high. They're not letting them get into that territory where it's going to trigger them recessions or a recession anymore. I don't think so. Not unless something crazy happens. And that's why I'm telling you, I don't think they want it down in them areas. But look at Amazon coming way down. I mean, Amazon, big dip right there. Not looking, it was looking pretty good the other day, and now it's just coming way down there. So we'll see. It might have to hit that MACD and bounce back up. But again, it was trying to get set up there, and boom, big dip on Amazon. And Google had a nice dip this morning and Friday. Look at that thing crossing down, and it almost wants to get to that bottom, possibly into the basement right there. So look at that, Google way down there as well. And them 20s are coming down now, so they may be down there for a little bit. Meta's way down there as well. And look at that big dip. So you couldn't really tell which way they wanted to go, but they did close. It was a big red day on Friday, and you just never know over the weekend, but they are red again this morning. So way down there for Meta as well. And Microsoft right here, let's see, down to that 374 area, 373. Look at that, Microsoft, nice dippage right there. And there you go with that one. So Microsoft taking a dip. Hell of them taking a nice dip this morning. NVIDIA, let's look. You're taking a dip as well. Holy cow, look at NVIDIA down there. So we are taking some nice dippages. And, yeah, we might come way down into these support lines. So that is NVIDIA, and Tesla, I'd imagine, is pulling back as well. And it did look like it had run up there. It looked like it was trying to get set up into this channel. So you may have it come back down into the 229 area again. So there is Tesla. And again, everything is red this morning. So there you are with that. There's your look right there. It looks like Coca-Cola is green, and Verizon, yeah, Coca-Cola's up, and that's setting up, guys. Look at Coca-Cola looking pretty good. And this AT&T, I guess it's going to be getting into the top. I thought they were going to try to bounce off. Verizon had that same look, and I think it gapped down. Did it not? I can't even tell on there. Yeah, Verizon's down. They both look like they wanted to come down. Remember, we were looking at it last night. I didn't think it wanted to go into the top. Oh, wait, no, that's Visa. Visa's down. I'm sorry. Visa's down. Verizon is up. I thought they were going to try to hit that top. They're crawling in there. I'm sorry. That's Visa. Visa's going down, but setting back up. Let me get on Verizon. No, Verizon's looking good too, crawling up into that top. I thought they were going to hit that top area and not make it, but they are getting up there. So they are looking good for AT&T and Verizon. So keep an eye on them this morning. Not looking bad. Someone had mentioned them this last night. And let's just run through our big caps real quick. We'll look at crypto, but it's way down. ETF 500, it's way up this morning. So there you go. Like I say, it's going to be the best coin, the best meme coin. Just got on Robinhood, and that's pretty big. I think what Zach had posted, there was only 50 million supply left out of 1 billion. That's not a whole lot, guys. So if you own 1 million or more of that and it starts cruising, I'm telling you, it could be completely life-changing. You guys know I'm always early on things, so I've been loading up, you know that. I'm actually way up on it this morning. I mean, I was up like $2,000 or something, I think. And, yeah, it's cruising right along. Like I said, I've been buying it, and it was so cheap that you could buy so much of it for, like, real cheap. So I was doing it, and it is cruising, so happy about that, you know that. I don't even know if we have to go through all the big caps, but we'll just take a look at AMC. It's down right now. We'll just kind of fly through. GameStop's down as well, and the entire market's down. That's why I'm saying that, because you just know they're all down. Look at AVGO and MU. These guys didn't look like they wanted to run exactly yet. TSM was trying to get set up, but I mean, look at these things coming down here. This is like big time red, and I think you're gonna be seeing bottoms down here. And again, Wednesday is supposed to be the whatever it is, the tariff day. I couldn't think of it. And yeah, he may be pulling them back, and it'll get flying again. Again, at the different times that you think he's supposed to do this, he takes it off the table. You have to think like the administration. They're pulling them way back, and they're not letting them get into that territory. So you could see him say, oh yeah, we're going to pull it back. And he has to do something while they try to get these rates down. So they're just working the market, letting it run around while they're trying to do some behind the scenes stuff to get these rates down. So Intel's down. I mean, all of them are down right here. PayPal. So it would have been good to short them on Friday. That's for sure. You would have woke up real happy this morning. And Snow, we had said it was coming down. It didn't have that look. And yeah, we should have known that one because Snow is coming down right there. And Dell is coming down big time. And we didn't think Dell was exactly healthy either. And PLTR, that's way down and coming way. Oh, that may break through right there and come down even more. So this could be your bottoms coming down here. We thought they were trying to before on the support line, but now they're trying to break this support. And again, he's going to have to say something probably Wednesday to get them moving again. So I would expect that to happen. And again, we're looking at the market in a different perspective. We're obviously basing everything off the charts. We always do, but we have to think like them and exactly what they're trying to achieve and what they're trying to achieve at that moment. And you have that pullback. So I would expect Wednesday maybe to try to bounce back up, say something, or they start moving again. Because look at Mara, they're all getting down there again, and you don't want to be triggering them off. So he knows he has a little bit of time, but you want to get them rolling back off that MACD. So that's what you're going to be looking for, I think. And obviously, I'll keep you updated. Look at Riot get down there into that next channel down. And yeah, they have some good support down there, some of them, but not all of them. So you got to be careful. And MicroStrategy, I'm sure that's down this morning, obviously. Down another $10. And yeah, that one's going to be dipping down. You'll probably see it come down in here, cross down like the rest of them. So that's what you'll probably see right there. CLSK. Clean Spark, that one's coming down. It looks like it was trying to roll off of there. Let me see. Yeah, it just pulled down there. It was trying to roll off. They were trying to stay up, but obviously they couldn't. Coinbase is down, and even Robinhood's down a little bit. Not too bad, but Robinhood's even down some, and that was trying to get set up. DJT, Trump Media, that one's just kind of hanging out, actually. I don't know how, but it's just kind of chilling right there. So I have to look at that and see what it wants to do. That's interesting and fun. This one's just kind of pulling back as well. It was trying to get set up, and it doesn't look as fun at the moment. So there you go with them. And let's take a look and see what our crypto is up to. Bitcoin's at 82,000. It's in the 82,000s anyway. And Solana's at 123. Ethereum's at 1,807. And Ripple's at 206. Holy cow, that did come down. Cardano's at 64. Chainlink 1318. And HBAR is down under 16 cents at 15 something. And yeah, that is pretty low. Ethereum is, wow, they're way down there. We have to look at these charts real quick because they did pull back even more from last night, it appears. Let's see what's going on right here. Yeah, they did a little bit more. And let's see, they're hitting them lines right there. So let me just look at it on my app real fast just to get a better idea, just to see a second chart. See what's going on. Give me 1 second. Bitcoin right here, 82,000. And let's look just over 82. And let me see. Yeah, they're pulling back onto that MACD. They look like they could be coming down some more. That 20 pushing them down. We don't really want that. I guess they had that base down there when they came down under here. Where were we? Down in like the 77 probably. So you may see them come back down again right there. So take a look at the crypto pulling back. And as that's happening, ETF 500 has been rolling up there, and that's pretty impressive, guys. I keep telling you guys that. And what is that thing at this morning? It's at like it was at a 4.6 million market cap when I woke up. Let's see. I think it might still, whoop, let me find it. It just went off of there. Hold on, give me a second. Where'd it go? Yeah, 4.5 right there, it looks like, and it is not looking bad. I mean, that was a big old green spike up there overnight, even after the midnight hour, so people were buying that thing up on Robinhood, I'm sure. So, yeah, thing's getting crazy right there. ETF 500. I hope you were buying it and loading it up super cheap as everything's been down, and that's just an example of what they do when they start running. So there you go. We know our crypto is kind of pulling back. I'll keep you posted on that. And we did our SPY and our big caps and laptop lowdowns and our Asian Jolies, our Joey's jumpers right there. Let me take a look and see what you guys want to look at. Stocks extend losses with deepening tariff fears, and then he'll pull them off. And then Goldman's stagflationary, wow, that's a hell of a word to try to read, vibe sees it cut S&P 500 target again and hike recession risk, and why Wall Street's worried about Trump's Liberation Day. And Dow futures dropped 200 points as jittery Wall Street awaits Liberation Day, which is Wednesday, and everything's about these tariff concerns. And again, I'll probably have to pull them off the table just because of what the markets look like, and he's using it just to control everything. This is what's trending. That DMN, it is down another penny, so that's not good for that one. That Treasure Global, ICCT, we looked at all these guys. QSG, that thing's run way up there. China Education and Training Services, guy, I'm telling you, them things aren't looking bad. There's Logic Mark, that even pulled back, and I am surprised. I was going to keep my eye on this today, thinking that it might try to base out down here. Let's take a look at it. I would think it will. That was a really nice dip, and you're down at like 2 cents. I mean, really, what's it coming down to? 1 or negative? So you're pretty much, when I see them dip down like that, and obviously when I had recently been up a little bit too, like this, and then even in here, you have to look at them and say, we have to reevaluate this thing. You're probably going to pull a reverse split out relatively soon, but are they going to get a pop before that? They had some public offerings last month, and we'll have to see what's up if they have a reverse split, but we should have a little bit of time and might get a pop off of that, so keep an eye on that one. And that is your Logic Mark, LGMK right there. And it is way down there. So, yeah, that's a good one. Let's keep an eye on that. STSS way down there in the basement. Another one, BON. I was keeping an eye on this. Let's see what that is up to. And anything else. That Newton Goff is looking good. Look at it up. We knew that was setting up in the right spot. And that DGLY is pulled back. But let's look at BON, because we were kind of eyeing this up. It's pulling back a little bit, so I'll keep an eye on that today and see what they're doing. And again, that's why you have to be super patient with everything right now. And that CTOR is up, and I think it's like everything we just looked at, ADD and Newton Golf, and yeah, I think we just looked at everything right there, that's for sure. And Newton Golf, I think, is our top gainer right there, guys. So look at that one. I think that's our top percentage gainer for this morning right now, 47%, and not looking bad. So we were all over Newton Golf, NWTG. It used to be Saks Parente Golf, and change a reverse split, changed its name, and now it looks much better. So there you go with that. And let me see what you guys want to look at. AGMH, let's look at that one this morning, see if it's doing anything. Here we go. And it is pulling back, it appears. Let me look. It doesn't look too bad at that moment. And yeah, just kind of a little bit of pullback. It doesn't look terrible. I'll have to look at that as it opens up. Blue collar, I'll have to keep an eye on it. But again, it's only down 1% and not looking real bad. And let's see. Let's see what's going on, everybody. RSLS and AUUD, also that reverse split today, so keep an eye on that. We looked at that last night, and yeah, that has that reverse split, so keep an eye on it. INM is up in the pre-market. Let's look at that one, and that's at InMed, and it is up right there, so there you go. INM, yeah, there you go. That is trying to move around. It was jumped up the other day. Well, actually, it must have gapped up a little bit. It's kind of gapped down, actually. Now that I look at it, 266, and then it came down to 209, 219 is where it's at. We'll have to see what that's up to, but this one does say it's up a little bit, so we'll look at that one right there. And SMCI, that one's taking a nice dip down. Holy cow, it looked like it was trying to get set up right in there, but again, that 20 was coming down. Were we not saying that before? And boom, it just crushed them down. But even the ones where they weren't, they even came down. So I would say everything basically was pulling back regardless. AMTM right here. Let's see what this is up to. Pulling back a little bit. Could be getting set up. Not looking bad. AMTM. And yeah, just kind of pulling back. Couldn't get through that 20 right there. And I know AMTN or ANTM. What is that one? AM. Is that what that is? Did they change their name? I don't know. There's another one that's very similar to that we were just looking at. ATMN, something like that. I forget what it is. It's a biotech company. But anyway, AMTM, and there you go, just pulling back. We'll have to see if it can stay up on that MACD right there. And ICCT is running this morning. Let's see what else is going on. Anything else happening over here? Amazon, wow, that one is way down there for sure. So we're keeping an eye on that Amazon because all of them, I mean, the Mag 7, everything, just way down there. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. Yeah, look at that thing. That's a huge dip right there. That's for sure. And look at that market. NVIDIA took a nice big dip as well. Look at NVIDIA way down there. Down 474. Look at that thing crossing down into this territory. So like I said, you might see that come right back down. And yeah, you have it a nice pullback day right there. So CDT, I think, is up. Wasn't it up this morning? It ran up this morning, and it's up right now. Let's see what it's doing. CDT, it looked good last night. I know it ran up early this morning, Barb, 95 to 115. It's at 93 right now, so did pull back, but that one did have a run up at 4 a.m. right there. It was cruising up right through the 20, and we were looking at it last night, thanks to you, actually, because you asked about it, and boom, there you go. It ran early this morning, so that is why you have to be up early on these guys, because they definitely run at crazy times now, 4 a.m., and there you go with your market review. I would say that's a good market review. Let me see. I think I got everybody. Let me make sure. And yeah, no problem, Lou, man. You got it. You have a great day. And I think we got everybody over here. And again, it's pretty red this morning. So there are some things running. Things are setting up, that's for sure. We just went through them. So if you missed them, just kind of watch the replay real quick. I mean, it's very few, and I think everything we've already looked at is already popping up here. So I'll watch it this morning as it opens up. That Newton Goff is probably your best one this morning right there, up 53%. And it was in a good place. So let's see what it can run up to right there. So hopefully some people got into that. OCEA is back a little bit more, still pulling back. That's the one I wanted to see. This is only down a penny. It's still in the top. Watch this thing, and I'm telling you, watch these China ones, guys, because they are crazy. This one could be topping out right there, that GDHG, so we'll keep an eye on it right there. But yeah, CTOR definitely on the list last night. I'm looking at it. Has a nice mark next to it. CISO, that one's looking pretty good to try to get set up. And that YOLO wasn't looking bad. It's probably not doing anything. It's a ETF for the cannabis industry, and this EJH wasn't looking bad. And again, it was way at the top, just looking at it if it wanted to stay up there. And how about BHAT right here? That's another China one, and that one might be up a little bit more this morning. So I'm telling you, them China small caps, we were early on them, and they are looking good right now. So keep your eye on them bad boys, and I will keep you guys posted on this red market right here. But Verizon and AT&T are looking pretty good. Like I said last night, we looked at them. I wasn't so sure they were going to cruise back up, but someone else liked them, and they were absolutely right. They do look good this morning. So there you go. Verizon and AT&T both up there and crossing through. So keep an eye on them. They are trying to move up. So they are two that are running. And Coca-Cola, what is PG? Procter and Gamble, maybe? Yeah, Procter and Gamble. And that's trying to run up, but not really. It might hit that line and come back down on the MACD. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. And that is our market review, pre-market review anyway. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll be on the Small Cap Show at 1 p.m. today, so check that out with Wolf and the gang. That's a great show, guys. Great speakers on there, and we have great conversations about all kinds of stuff. We do the market and everything, so check that out. ETF 500 way up. It's on Robinhood, trending everywhere, and that one is flying up there. So that's a beauty. And you know everyone's thinking about tariffs, so but not ETF 500. That seems to not really care about tariffs right now, and it's just ripping. So again, I feel like it will be the biggest meme coin. I think it will surpass what Fartcoin did and everything. And if you load it up on it, you're probably happy this morning because it was dirt cheap, I'll tell you that. And it's up this morning like over 50%, and like pretty quick. And it seems like it wants to keep on cruising. Obviously, being on Robinhood is huge, guys. That's a pretty big deal. So that 50 million could get locked up pretty quick, honestly, and then it will be very valuable because the only things that'll be getting bought are when people are selling it and trading it. So they will become a lot more valuable, and that's how things get squeezed up. So keep an eye on that as well. We've been on it, all over it, obviously, and telling you guys to, keep an eye on that bad boy. So there you go, everybody. That's a good pre-market review for this last day in March, which is a very red day here. So we'll see how it opens up, and if it can change around, I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know if you guys are looking at anything today, and I'll check it out, that's for sure. But we'll just see what wants to happen. And it's green, it looks good, and we'll keep an eye on things and see how they want to change. But again, everything's all eyes on Wednesday, and April Fool's Day is tomorrow, so you never know. He did joke about some stuff. You never know what this guy, Trump, could come out tomorrow and say that they're all off. So it could, you just never know what's going to happen. So we will be all over it, that, and we'll do our show tonight, so we'll have a better idea. But I'll keep you guys posted all day, and I'll be posted. And let me know if you guys see anything. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. You know what I didn't do? I didn't tell you what was trending on StockTwits. I knew I was missing something real quick. Let me just tell you really fast. The SPY is down, NBIS is down, the QQQ, NVIDIA, GLD, gold is up though. Hey, Laptop Travel was all over gold, and the gold miners, look at that thing jumping up into the top right there. CAPR's down, Ethereum's down, and guess what else is up, guys? That ETF 500. It looks like it's at like a 4.4 market cap, and it's up like 41% on StockTwits there. So that's probably like in one day, and over the 24 hours possibly. So there you go, and that is what is trending. So everybody have a great day. Thanks again for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll keep you guys posted. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day, everybody.